Capricorn, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and just kind of find out what's happening in your world. I'm getting the impression that you're having a lot of internal conversations with yourself. It feels a lot like strategy. You're a very strategic sign. You are somebody who puts a lot of thought into everything that you do, and you kind of have a game plan for everything. And maybe you don't plan to every single detail in all cases, but it does feel like you are, I'm getting step by step. I'm actually seeing steps. So there's something here about creating steps, creating some sort of path for yourself. But it's all internal right now is what this feels like. What else do you need to know? Tell me about your hopes or fears and your potential outcome. This does not surprise me at all. All right, Capricorn, I am seeing this Fool in reverse. This is the plan. This is what you're doing. You are taking the experience that you've had to date, and you're trying to figure out, I'm trying to find the best way to describe this. So in past relationships or in past situations, you recognize where you were accountable, where you went wrong, all of your missteps. This is not new news to you. You are very well aware of this. But what you're actually doing with that information now is you're using that to build a better path forward. That feels really right. So let's find out about this journey a little bit more, because what I'm seeing here is Two of Wands in reverse. This feels a lot like an old pattern. You're breaking some sort of old pattern. That is not what this card stands for, but that's what this feels like. There is something here where maybe you've always done things a certain way, and this is the reason that you need to create a new stepping path forward, is because that's not working for you. And maybe it hasn't been working for you for a while. And I think you finally came to that realization that something here needed to change with this Queen of Cups energy. This is all about your emotional fulfillment. I can see in what you need to focus on, this is strength. So breaking old patterns is never easy. I mean, some of these patterns are so ingrained in us, I mean, decades ingrained. And so it does take a lot of strength to really recognize that you're responding the way that you always do, and then consciously make a change here. That's what the universe wants you to focus on. I can see here in your past position, we have the Hierophant energy. So a very significant relationship in your life. Something probably happened here. You might have even had more than one. This could be a marriage. I mean, we're talking significant here. So this isn't somebody that you just met last week and you went on 2 dates with. This is somebody that really had a very strong influence on you, and this is the influence for your path forward. So maybe you were married or just in a significant relationship in your past and it didn't work. So you're trying to take the lessons from there, recognize your role in the situation so that you can change it for the future, so that you can get what it is that you seek. 5 of Wands here in your strength position, which is interesting because this is all about obstacles and challenges. And it feels a lot like standing up for yourself. Because you're not creating any obstacles or challenges, but you're more overcoming them. And I can see the Empress here in your near future. And this is the second time the Empress is coming out as not a new beginning. Is probably the best way to describe it. So there might have been some new beginning in the past or something with this Hierophant energy. So the Hierophant and this Empress feel very connected to me, your past and your near future, where maybe this person could be mother of your children, male or female. It could be the father of your children. It could be somebody that you really wanted to go the distance with. This was somebody that you wanted in your life for the rest of your life. This is somebody you wanted to be with, and that didn't happen. And so there is still this healing that needs to take place. That does feel like there were a lot of obstacles and challenges with this person that you're still trying to overcome. This is that pattern, that cycle that you're trying to break. Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so what you're doing right now is you're learning to create boundaries for yourself when it comes to relationships. So thinking about, well, what am I willing to accept? What am I not willing to accept? That kind of energy. Page of Swords, and this is also being able to communicate. Once you finally figure out exactly what it is that you want, what boundaries are you willing to set, all of that, and it's then having this conversation. At the end of the day, this feels like the perfect summation to your reading. This is a total transformation that is happening within you. I'm not seeing the Tower, so this feels like this is something that's already been initiated, whether you did it internally or the universe kind of nudged you in that direction. This does feel like this is a complete transformation of yourself, and it's all meant to be for your best interest. I mean, that's why the universe kind of pushes us in a direction. It's because we're not happy in our current situation, so the universe is trying to give us what we want. Yeah, so with the Two of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Cups, I'm getting the Moon energy. So Pisces energy, Cancer energy, may or may not mean anything to you, but what this really came down to is you didn't realize what your patterns of behavior or just the effect it had on the relationship, but then the effect it had on you. So that's a lot of what's kind of sparking all of this. Something became very clear to you about how you proceed in relationships. With the Strength card, yeah, Three of Swords. This is that cycle that you're trying to break because it led to nothing but heartache for you. Possibly even third-party situations in your past, but really it's about overcoming and breaking this cycle. Tell me about the Hierophant. The Emperor. So the Emperor and the Empress are both out here. So definitely this like very significant connection. It feels like one person, could have been an Aries, doesn't have to be. I'm actually getting Aries and Leo out here, which is interesting because that's a very strong fire energy. But with this Emperor energy here, you might have had to compromise more than what you were willing to do in a specific relationship, this significant relationship. Did the person always kind of establish the kind of baseline ground rules for the connection, or was this person more stern in what he or she was willing to accept? And that really forced you to compromise more than what you might have been willing to compromise. That's what this feels like. That's the lesson that you're learning here, was that there was things that you had to compromise about yourself that you didn't want to do and you don't want to do in the future. With this Five of Wands, I'm getting the Star energy here. So this is, again, you're healing from all the conflict from the past. And that's what this didn't feel like. It felt like you were overcoming it. You are definitely overcoming it. You have been on a journey, Capricorn, and it has not been an easy one. Yeah, Empress in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is, you're very well aware of what happened in the connection, what your role was, again, like what you want to do differently in the future using the experience from the past. So it feels like this journey is you're kind of like on that cusp of being able to finish it so you can start something new. With the Ace of Swords, I have the King of Cups. Yep, this is about being very clear on what you want, setting those boundaries when it comes to a connection. What kind of emotional fulfillment are you looking for? Page of Pentacles, I have the Nine of Cups in reverse. This is coming across as a person who is very focused on himself or herself and what he or she needs. This is not the type of person that you're looking for. You don't want somebody who's so self-absorbed that they don't actually give to the connection. That's what you're looking for. That's the boundary that you're trying to set. You're not just trying to fill somebody else's needs in a connection. You're trying to make sure your needs are also met. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it. Page of Swords, the Lovers. Yep. Once you make your decisions when it comes to a love connection, you are going to have the conversations. Again, probably a new person. What I'm seeing are the lessons from the past, but this feels a lot like you're just going to take those lessons and move forward. This transformation is pretty significant for you. With the Death card, I've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. This transformation is, I'm getting a lot of Scorpio energy. I mean, the Death card is Scorpio, but with this Queen of Cups in reverse, this also feels like Scorpio energy. So it feels a lot like, from a timing standpoint, there is something about this partial solar eclipse because it is in the sign of Scorpio. It's a new moon, partial solar eclipse. So there's something about this open and close. I'm getting open and close. So something with the beginning of the eclipse to either the next new moon or the close of this eclipse cycle. So there's something in here about this for you. This transformation is taking its time. That feels very connected to the timing of it, though. So the card that came out for you was a fiery climax approaches, and it's the full moon in Aries. So very interesting here, because this is about that transformation and about taking that action in order to break an old pattern here. So Capricorn, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.